What's good with it, YouTube fight fans all over the world? It's your boy Real Talk Boxing, and I'm back at you again. Listen, I want to talk about Jake Paul again. Yeah, I know what you're saying. What some of you are saying anyway. Again, Brian, Real Talk for real again. You're talking about a guy who's not even a professional fighter again, an exhibition fighter again. Real Talk, yeah, man, again. Listen, there's a guy by the name of Tommy Fury, the younger brother of Tyson Fury, even though they don't look alike, like to me at all whatsoever. But Tyson Fury called out Jake Paul to fight his little brother, Tommy Fury. Now, at first I was like, that don't make any sense. Why are you calling out Jake Paul to fight your younger brother? Shouldn't your younger brother be doing that? But the word to get around quicker if Tyson Fury says it. So, obviously, Tommy Fury wants that fight. Everybody wants Jake Paul. Everybody and their grandmother wants Jake Paul. People literally want to put their hands on this kid and be the one to render him unconscious. Now, Tommy Fury is a professional boxer with a record of 5 wins, no losses, 4 knockouts. And he has literally fought bums. Now listen, he's an up-and-coming prospect, so you wouldn't expect anything more or less than to be fighting bums up until your 5th fight. I mean, because when you're up-and-coming, you're going to be probably fighting bums for your first 10, 12 fights. Then you step it up. So, no hate there. That's to be expected. What I see when I see Tommy Fury, I see a good jab, decent jab. I see a decent movement. But I see a rangy, long fighter who does not know how to give himself room to punch. He can gauge his distance and land a jab, but once he gets close, he doesn't know how to take a half step back or pivot half step back. He doesn't know how to, literally does not know how to give himself room to punch. Don't take my word for it. Go look up Tommy Fury and judge for yourself. He tries to punch faster than what he really is. Therefore, you get a lot of arm punches, a lot of slapping punches. He takes away from his power by trying to punch and be faster than what he naturally is. If that makes any sense, don't take my word for it. Go look up Tommy Fury and be the judge for yourself. Because this is what I see. Now, is he a better mover than Jake? Yes. Does he have a better jab than Jake? Yes. Is his foot placement better than Jake? Yes. But Jake's a lot stronger. And Jake's bigger. Because Tommy, he fights at light heavyweight, which is 178, 180. And Jake is what? 190? Cruiserweight? 190, 200? So the fight could be made. And rest assured, I believe this fight is going to be made. Because Jake has already talked about it on his Instagram. I saw him on his Instagram page today, and he was talking about Canelo Alvarez, about Canelo starting this beef, which that's bullcrap. All Canelo said, hey man, if you want to fight me, come to my gym and we'll spar. I'll show you what it's really about. And if I was Jake Paul, I would take him up on that offer because he could learn tons getting his lunch money took by Canelo Alvarez. He says Canelo Alvarez is fighting bums, meaning Yildirim. He's ducking Boo Boo. He's ducking Benavidez. He's ducking Caleb Plant. I mean, and you can make an argument to say all those things, even though I don't think that's the case, but it may be. My opinion, it's not. But he said that last Saturday night, I noticed this during my live stream. I don't know if anybody else did. There were 2 guys standing behind Canelo Alvarez that Canelo got really mad at and told him to get the F out of the ring. I thought it was some guys with his entourage that did something or said something that kind of got on his nerves. I thought it was probably some of his boys that he was like, yeah, y'all acting up, get out of here. But obviously it wasn't, according to Jake. Jake said it was 2 guys who snuck into the ring that had a shirt with his face on it and Ben Askren. And were jumping up and down in the back, and it pissed Canelo off, and he said, get out of the ring. Now, whether or not these kids were paid to do so, I don't know. But Jake said it's because he's hating on me and my success and the new fans that I'm bringing to boxing. I don't think that's the case. He said that Canelo looked back and did a double take, looked at the shirts and noticed who it was and got mad and said, no. I think Canelo just got pissed off because he had 2 kids that he didn't even know who they were, jumping up and down, interrupting his post-fight ring interview. Anybody would get pissed off, in that situation. I don't even think he knew the faces on the shirts that the kids were wearing. It's just Jake doing what he does best. But I didn't understand what was going on at first, but now I know. Jake explained it, so it's all good. So then Jake goes to say, Tyson Fury calls me out to fight his little brother. He said, Tommy, if you want to fight me, get on Instagram, make some noise, and call me out. Now, here's what I think about this fight. I think the fight should happen. Should he take care of business against Ben Askren, which I fully think he's going to do, but I could be wrong. And I really, honestly, I would like to see him fight Tommy Fury because they both fight bums. They're both at a level to where, the fight can be very competitive. And who knows, Jake may even have a chance of beating Tommy Fury. He would have a better chance of knocking Tommy Fury out than outpointing him. And I think he's capable of doing that. But will Tommy Fury's ring generalship carry him to a victory? I don't know. But if he's done with MMA fighters, which he's probably not going to be after Ben Askren, should he pass Ben Askren? Is he going to fight Dylan Dennis? Is he going to fight? Who's he going to fight? Because he's not going to fight McGregor. McGregor just got dealt with by Poirier. So nobody wants to see that fight. They'll still make the fight if McGregor wants to. The only UFC fighter I want to see him fight, mixed martial artist, in the boxing ring is Nate Diaz. I have full confidence that Nate Diaz will knock Jake Paul's block off. I believe he will take his lunch money because not only does Nate have a chin and he's durable, he's very, very savvy, he's very experienced, and he has stand-up. He has hands. Sometimes he looks sloppy, but he breaks fighters down. And that's what I think he would do to Jake Paul because Jake Paul is not knocking out Nate Diaz. So that's who I want to see him fight if he's going to continue to fight MMA fighters. But if not, you're claiming to be a boxer, then jump in the ring with Tommy. Because he's probably one of the few professional fighters that you could go in there and probably knock his block off. I want to see that happen. Because Jake, here's the difference between Jake, man, and Tommy Fury. When Jake fought Digi and Jake were bums. When Jake fought Gib and Jake were bums, in my opinion. When Jake fought Nate Robinson was the bum. And now you have a beginner/amateur in Jake. Jake continues to improve. Whether you like him or not, you have to admit he continues to improve. He's even improved on the new footage he brought out when I was making a statement that, man, his uppercut is trash. He's locking his knees and standing straight up. Day or two later, he fixed that. The uppercut is smooth. He's bending his legs. He's throwing it smoother. He's throwing it with his hips and his foundation in his legs. It's like they watch my video and be like, yo, man, this dude know what he's talking about. Let's fix that. That's what it looked like to me. He's improving. But he's still fighting bums. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even though Gib and Jake were bums when they fought, and Digi and Jake were bums when they fought, the difference between those YouTubers that he fought, those two guys, and him is that he was actually training. He's dedicated. He's fighting professionals, sparring professionals, getting beat up by professionals, beating up some of his sparring partners, has a professional trainer who is a professional fighter. He's doing all the right things. And why isn't Logan doing that? Why isn't Logan training alongside his brother? That's what I don't understand. It's crazy to me. But anyway, this is the fight that I want to see. This is the fight that I think can happen. If Jake is talking about it already, obviously he's interested. Because this is a fight against a professional fighter and Tommy Fury that he could actually win, in my opinion. If you don't know who Tommy Fury is, go check him out. Make your own judgment and your own assessment on how he would fare against Jake Paul, who I believe would have a slight advantage due to his power and his strength. Because Tommy doesn't have any power. good movement and a jab, but he does not know how to stop from smothering his own punches. All you got to do is take a half step back or a pivot half step back and run your shots. But judging from his last fight, he got the knockout. But the dude that he fought, who was 9-0, 9 losses, no wins, just laid down and gave it to him. And I don't think Jake's going to do that. Never mind my opinion. Have you even heard of this? Have you heard of Tommy Fury? Have you heard of what's been going on and what's been said? What do you think about it? Is it a possibility? Comment down below. Let your boy Real Talk know. As always, respect all, fear none. God bless. Until the next time, Real Talk Boxing, we up and we out of here, baby.